Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah and today we are putting my 4C hair into a slick back ponytail. Yep, you heard that. My 4C hair can go into a slick back ponytail, y'all. So if you want to know how I got this look, keep on watching.
Baby, 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 up, bruh. We going up, bruh. We going up, bruh. Baby, baby,
First, you want to make sure that your hair is freshly washed before you go in with your blow dryer because you want to have your hair blown out for this style. I always find that it's easier to blow out my hair in sections, so I use clips to keep the sections separated before blow drying my hair. I use the As I Am leave-in conditioner, the Tresemme heat protectant, and the Chi ironing guard. I do this before I blow dry everything so that when I use a blow dryer, it's like sealing into my hair. Since we are using heat with this hairstyle, we want to make sure that we are taking care of our hair, but most importantly, protecting our hair because you don't want to fry your hair with this one ponytail hairstyle, okay? My blow dryer comes with the comb attachment, so that's what I'm using to blow dry my hair. I've seen people use a brush or a comb to blow out while holding a normal blow dryer. You can use that as well, but I'm using this blow dryer going from my roots to the ends continuously until I feel that the hair is dry, and I'm stretching the hair with one hand so that it's drying in that straight look, if that makes sense. Once you're done thoroughly blowing out your hair, you want to go in with your flat iron and a comb to help you pass your hair. I set my flat iron to about 400 degrees. My flat iron does go up to 450 degrees, but I do not set it that hot because you don't want to fry your hair. I am only doing it on 400 degrees so that we can pass our hair once, and that's it. I'm using the method where you attach your comb to your hair first and then you attach the flat iron above it so that that's how you pass your hair with the help of the comb that's attached to it. And you want to make sure again that you're only passing your hair once. Even if it's not as straight as you want to, that one time that you pass your hair with the flat iron is the one time you need to create your ponytail because we don't want to fry our hair and we want to make sure that we're protecting our natural hair through this entire hairstyle. When you're passing your hair, you want to make sure that you start at the root of your hair and then go down to your ends. That way your root is getting the heat and the flat ironing. If you don't get your roots, that ponytail will not be as slick as you want it to be. You also want to make sure that you're taking small sections to pass your hair with a flat iron. If you take bigger sections, it will be much harder for your hair to stay as slick as you want it to be. Start off in small sections. It may take a little bit longer, but smaller sections will allow for you to pass your hair once. I don't know how many times I gotta repeat that. You only want to pass your hair once. And then you don't have to worry about going back through it again if you do it in small sections. Once you're done passing your hair with the flat iron, that's when we're going to start molding our hair into the ponytail. I like to use the Got2b Ultra Glued Invincible Styling Gel and the Got2b Holding Spray to mold the ponytail. We're also going to use the blow dryer without the attachment on a low or cold setting. To start molding your ponytail, you want to go in small sections. I normally like to use the small rubber bands to create the smaller ponytails that are in sections before adding it to the main ponytail, but I didn't have that this time, so I use regular scrunchies. I do not recommend using regular scrunchies to create the smaller ponytails just because it will make your hair very, very, very tight, but I wasn't having this hairstyle in my head for a long time, so I went ahead and used it.
I don't think you listen.
I go in with the styling gel first to create the shape of the ponytail and then use a bristled brush to kind of seal it in. Then I go in with my Got2b spray and spray it from a distance before using the blow dryer on a cold setting to keep that hair locked. You want to blow dry the Got2b spray until it is dry, and then once it's dry, you add your rubber band to shape that ponytail, and you keep doing this in small sections until you get to the main ponytail, which is when basically all your hair is finally in a ponytail.
You are my everything. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only
want to use the blow dryer on cold is because if you use it on hot, your hair will get back puffy and all that hard work that you put in to flat iron and blow dry your hair will just be for nothing. I forgot to mention that you want to do all of this in a cold room, so you will be freezing by the end of your hairstyle, but at least your hair would not revert back to its curly state. I am doing a V-cut in the front of my hair, and if you know me, then you know that parting my hair is one of the biggest things that I find so annoying, but it's also because it's so difficult to do. But yeah, you can style your hair in the front any type of way. I'm doing a V-cut, and parting my hair will take a good amount of time, as you will see here.
Only me and you, only me and you, only me and you, only me and you, only me.
You still want to make sure that with the V-cut in the front that you are still doing your hair in sections and putting your hair or slicking your hair back into sections to make sure it's slick and slayed. The V-cut, as you can see, has 3 sections, the ones off to the side and the one in the center of the V. You want to make sure that when you're gelling your hair down that you're going in the direction that you want the hair to flow in. So for example, the 2 sections on the side are going to basically flow downward and into the ponytail, as opposed to the top section, which is the one in the middle, that's just going to go straight back. You want to make sure that when you're brushing in the direction so your hair ain't looking crazy, okay? Like I mentioned earlier, you can see that I'm brushing downward and towards the back, kind of swooping my hair towards the back to give that nice slick and slayed look for the ponytail. For the middle of the V-cut, I'm just brushing it and molding it straight back into the ponytail. After you're done molding all of your hair into the ponytail, I go back in with my blow dryer on cool, cold, or low, depending on what type of blow dryer you have or what setting they have, and just make sure that every part of my hair is dried. Once everything is slick and slayed and dried, you want to go in with some molding, styling strips and wrap your hair down to make sure it's locked into place. I did forget to hit record on me adding the ponytail to the back of my head, so if you want a video or tutorial on how I did this bubble ponytail, let me know in the comments below. But this is the finished look. This ponytail came out amazing. The only tip that I have is to make sure that when you're molding in smaller sections that ponytail, you don't want to do it too tight from the get-go because it will be super tight by the end. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more tutorials like this, or if you just want to let me know your thoughts on this look. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.